New on Curiosity Stream. She was a loving wife, a devoted mother. She also stole atomic secrets and gave them to the Soviets. Meet the woman whose deception kick-started the Cold War on The Spy Who Stole the Atom Bomb. And
what if they catch you?
Then I shall be shot.
They're coming! Come back!
relive history's most death-defying escapes. It's Impossible Escapes, Civil War. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
What's up? It's your boy, The Fed Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed, and today we toast Stefan Thomas of San Francisco, California. Now, Stefan, he was one of those enterprising young people that could perceive what was going to happen in the future, and he invested in Bitcoin when Bitcoin was first launched. All right? He liked the concept of it, and the thing is, Bitcoin was absolutely worthless then, so to buy it back then, not that big of a deal. You're only going to lose basically what you spent, never more than that. Wasn't worth anything. As of last week, Bitcoin reached $35,000 per coin. Wow. $35,000 per coin. And this guy, he has enough Bitcoin that he has almost, oh God, where the hell is the number? It is $240 million worth of Bitcoin.
Jesus. All right.
He has $240 million worth of Bitcoin. But because Bitcoin is, in fact, a digital currency, you have to have what is called an iron key. The iron key, digital keys, and that's how you get into your Bitcoin wallet. And because Bitcoin is worth so much now, there's no algorithm where they save your password or anything like that. You come up with your password, you write it down. No one's going to hack into it. They can't figure it out. The problem is, a few years ago, he lost a piece of paper where he wrote down his password. And he cannot remember what his password is. Now, if you try to access Bitcoin through Iron Key, which is the only way to get in there, you get a total of 10 guesses. He has 2 left. He has gone through 8. He cannot remember what the hell his password was. He's one of those people where he changes his password for everything, so that nothing's remotely the same. So my man currently has $240 million just waiting for him, but he can't get in. And just so you understand, if you get your 10th and final guess with Iron Key, that thing, it goes away. It becomes permanently inaccessible. Okay. 2 guesses away. This has been years he's been trying to do this. He's like, look, this is not something you sit at the computer and type in 10 different things. It's $240 million. He's like, you try once, and then you think about it again. So he spends months in between trying to come up with what the hell his password would have been. But it's $240 million. And the thing is, people who have Bitcoin, they're like, we get it. But the rules of engagement are, you need to put in your password. And if you don't, it's gone forever. $240 million. Remember your frickin' passwords, man. Damn. That is unbelievable to me.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if I'm rooting for him or if I want the joy of knowing that dude just left $240 million floating the ether and can't get in there.
I guess I feel better. Sometimes I write down passwords.
That's what he did because he uses so many, but he lost the paper. Oh. Years ago. Like it was just thrown out with recycling or whatever, man. He has no idea. There's no way to track it down, and he cannot remember what he came up with. Ha-ha. Good luck, bud. Good luck. But if you need advice, I can tell you how to not live with $240 million. I've been doing it my whole life. In the meantime, let's drink. We pour this booze. He's down to his last 2 attempts as of today. Someone just jumped it. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola!
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Hey, Stephen Throwhill, could you please everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes a story a story. Hello, Anthony. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola! All right, Anthony, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, I do.
It's fantastic. One, because I just explained it, but also it cuts down on time. So you know that you have one of three options, the wonderful world of drugs. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? And finally, interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone.
Let's go with Bite Me.
Bite Me.
Bite Me it is.
It's a Bite Me week in the men's room.
It has been a heavy Bite Me week.
Yeah.
All right, there, Anthony.
This one will have sperm.
What's that?
I was say, like, can we just say sperm now?
I'm sorry, Ted. Not one of the options today. Not one of the options. You know what? I will specifically hunt out a semen story for you.
Thank
And
you.
I'll throw it in the batch there.
Well, we only got 2 days or 3 days left. You're going to have to come up with
I'll see the magic I can pull up.
Oh, the batch, huh?
And just know, in the end, like, the answer is semen, period. All right. Here's your story. A man named Andrew Brodsky. He bought himself some Sabra, spinach, and artichoke dip at a local grocery store in New York City.
All right.
Right? Everyone knows Sabra.
Yeah,
Well,
great hummus.
he's now suing Sabra over an unwanted garnish, they call it, which he discovered when it was on his tongue. His attorney, Michael Schlesinger, he said, quote, the specimen touched his tongue and he had the thing in his mouth. And it's totally physically sickening to him. He says that he reached out to Sabra to invite the company to come and inspect the specimen, but Sabra apparently, as they say, has no interest in working with it. Now, since discovering the object, Brodsky's whole life has been turned upside down. Quote, he's totally changed the way he eats. He no longer eats any packaged foods and can only eat fresh produce and fresh foods. The sight of seeing someone else eat anything from packaged foods makes him physically nauseous. Now, the lawsuit, which names Sabra, seeks unspecified damage. Sabra declined to comment. But the question is, what did this guy discover in his dip after it was in his mouth? Did he discover a tooth, an animal toe, a sponge, or latex? So a tooth, an animal toe, a sponge, or latex?
I'm leaning towards a tooth and animal toe. What do you guys think?
I mean, this guy's this scarred from this. I'm thinking it's got to be an animal toe.
I mean, keep in mind, this is what his attorney said.
Yeah.
So maybe he is, maybe he's not, but you know. But you're thinking a toe?
I'm thinking a toe. Animal toe.
I think it's a tooth. Ted, you think animal toe?
I do.
Oh, like a semen's not an option.
Anthony, what do you think?
Now, what kind of latex was it? Like a condom or just regular latex?
I do not know. I don't know. I mean, latex is latex. It could be a glove. It could be a condom.
You want to be my latex salesman.
All right, Anthony, we need a final answer. What do you got?
I'm going with a tooth, final answer.
Tooth.
Okay.
Toothus.
Okay.
We're going to find out what was in his dip. Was it a tooth, an animal toe, a sponge, or latex next?
That was a tease.
New on Curiosity Stream.
Just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean you can't.
Watch Earth's greatest minds forge our path to a better tomorrow. It's engineering the future. And Jaws, Star Wars, The Godfather, E.T. The biggest movies have even bigger music. From King Kong to The Dark Knight. See how musicians scored Hollywood's greatest hits on great film composers' music of the movies. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Oh, drat. I was driving along minding my own business when that vulgar leech hit my Beamer with his pickup truck. I fear I've fractured my clavicle.
I say, old boy, don't simply put it in the hands of your insurance company to sort it out. Talk with a dedicated row of solicitors at the Advocates Law Firm.
Pipe down, you old sod. The Advocates will see your case through to the bitter end and won't sleep a fortnight until they have victory in their grasp.
Jolly good, old man. Jolly good indeed. You get injured, the Advocates get results. AdvocatesLaw.com.
Back to the conversation. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
All right, subject biting me on profile. This man bought some spinach and artichoke dip at a grocer, and he was eating it when something landed in his mouth. Specifically, it was laying there on his tongue. Question is, what was in that dip? Was it a tooth, an animal toe, a sponge, or latex?
Yeah, and that was a question that we posed you. And Anthony, you agreed with Miles, man. I'm thinking that it is a toe.
No.
Oh, son of a bitch. No, you got to get the right sound effect. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it was not a tooth, although understandably a tooth would freak you out. Ted, you want animal toe only because semen was not an option? You are correct.
Yeah.
They showed a picture of this thing, man. It is messed up like that. It was jet black.
I bet it is.
It has like a bit of a pointy nail on it. But yeah, dude had it in his mouth on his tongue. Yeah. And that is why, and I was trying to throw you off a little bit, but that's why his lawyer's like, yeah, he's kind of mentally wrecked, dude. Right.
That's why I was thinking toe also.
An animal toe. Sabra, they've remained silent.
Now for all TV news all time, time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box,
Armageddon.
The Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Miles, you're going to have Seth Meyers?
Ooh, Seth Meyers.
The Jimmys?
Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon.
Or Ted Smith?
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there for you. The title of these guys have teams of talent. The writers come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom? Or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
I don't know if you guys saw this, but the famed home in Massachusetts where Lizzie Borden's father and stepmother were murdered has been listed for sale. It's actually a very affordable house since they are axing prices.
Jimmy Kimmel. Fallon.
Ted, I want it to be you so bad. I'm going to go Ted Smith.
You're damn right that's Ted Smith.
Yes, all right. God, I wanted that to be you.
Yeah, I had another version of it too.
What's that?
The famed home in Massachusetts where Lizzie Borden's father and stepmother were murdered has been listed for sale. Word on the street is they're axing prices. Yeah, that one didn't seem as good. All right. Governor Cuomo vowed that New York will legalize recreational marijuana. New Yorkers have spent almost a year with nothing to do but sit at home and watch Netflix. Now you legalize weed?
Seth Meyers.
Fallon. It's actually Jimmy Fallon.
Governor Cuomo vowed that New York will legalize recreational marijuana. Great job. New Yorkers have spent almost a year with nothing to do but sit at home and watch Netflix. Now you legalize weed?
I would also say, from all the states where it's recreational, can we just push this through?
Yeah, dude, just do it.
It's so annoying to travel.
Let's just get it done. Nationally.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's just get it done.
We had a conversation about that with the boss earlier today. Hey, man, we can just pass federally, can we?
Yeah.
His response, yup.
Ben & Jerry's announced it will launch a new line of frozen dog treats. Perfect if your dog just got broken up with.
Seth Meyers.
God, I want that to be you, but I'm going to go Seth.
Yeah, that's Seth.
Ben & Jerry's announced it will launch a new line of frozen dog treats. Perfect if your dog just got broken up with.
Does a pint of Ben & Jerry's count for that joke?
A pint? I don't know, man.
I mean, look, a pint of Ben & Jerry's is a lot. Now, look, I've taken down many a pint in my day.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm eating it.
Right. But I feel like the joke of, like, the girl that's all sad, like, eating ice cream is like a bigger container.
It's a half gallon. She's eating out of the square box.
I mean, that's like vanilla.
Yeah, but a pint, I mean, look.
Think of like the dryer size one.
That's what I'm saying. Because if you have a pint, you have no intention of sharing. At least that's how I perceive it.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, no, we're not sharing this, so I'm going to eat it all when I open it. Like, this is my meal for this moment. I'm not putting half a pint back in the freezer. Like, I'm eating this.
I think Ben & Jerry's, like the first few times I had it, I remember people sharing it a lot. But also, it was Ben & Jerry's. Like, dead honestly, you're talking like 99, 2000.
Okay, they're trying to spread the word.
Well, not only that, but it was super expensive and nobody had ever heard of it. So it was like exotic. And this, like, I remember my buddy who came from a wealthy family. That I was like, you got Ben & Jerry's.
But see,
but ever since then, it's more turned into.
They used to have Haagen-Dazs.
Right.
But the difference is like this, right? So you'll open a bag of some kind of chip and you go, dude, have you tried this chip before? Because you really like it. You want me to like it. You want to spread the word. We want the chip to stay around. I'll try one. Now, after I've tried one, and I go, Ted, these are delicious. Now, the next time you get that, you don't offer me one.
That's a good point.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so Ben & Jerry's, like, there was a point where you shared because you said, man, you really need to experience this. I'm telling you, it's next level stuff. Once that person knows, like, I will never share with you again.
Well,
this is not going to happen.
It's like a gallon of milk. Like, you understand that's for everybody.
Sure.
Half gallon of ice cream. It's for everybody. Ben & Jerry's, it's for you.
Right. I'm not sharing this.
It's for you. It's the size of it. It's for you. That is yours. Like no one else. I mean, you get your own flavor. But the size,
the pint, that's for me.
No, that's all me. It might take me 2 hours, or 2 days, but it's mine.
But I've done it before, like celebrating, like with a girl. Like I forget what I was fired up about, and she was like, "Oh, getting a pint." I was like, "You should get your own."
Oh, yeah,
yes,
what celebration.
Yes.
No, we are not getting anything.
It's like splitting a small fry.
Right. We can get 2 pints, but me getting a pint.
But I always say the older I get, Ben & Jerry's can sit in my freezer. It's fine. If there's some sour candy or chips around.
Really?
But the Ben & Jerry is still yours. Like, no one's going to go finish that for you.
No, not at all.
Right.
I don't know.
It's kind of funny, man. I'm more about ice cream than I am candy as I've gotten older, you know. And I know I have ice cream in the freezer now. I'm very much a milkshake guy.
Oh, yeah.
But I make it a point, and this is really crappy. I mean, I shouldn't be this way, but this is my thought. Like, I'm going to make a chocolate milkshake. But it's 7 o'clock, all right? Kids are still up. I'm not making it. When they go to bed, now I'm going to make a goddamn chocolate milkshake. Mm-hmm. And it's crappy. And look, it's a half gallon of ice cream. They're more than welcome to have ice cream. But, like, I'm not making you a milkshake. I'm making me a milkshake. But I make so much milkshake that I'm going to end up drinking 2 of these. But I have no intention of sharing.
You're not
any
under making a milkshake.
No. And I rarely make a milkshake when the kids are awake.
I respect it. Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, he announced that he'll be one of the Jeopardy guest hosts.
Really?
Yeah, so Ken Jennings was just the first person.
Sure, I know
and
that.
Everybody kind of, a lot of people online were like, he's going to be the host, this and that. And it's like, nah, they ain't really playing anything, Katie. So they have I think they have 2 months or 3 months of guest hosts showing up.
How long does each one go? A week?
I am not sure. He might only be a day or 2.
Really?
Do
Well,
you want to hear
all right.
Some fun factual trivia?
All right.
Just say no. No, I was going to say no.
Yes.
And piss him off.
But this is about.
No, we don't want to hear it.
This is about punters and kickers, right?
Oh,
fun factual trivia
about
kickers.
Punters and kickers.
Yes. Okay, so
why don't you ask us if we want to know
this
something
is not
nerd.
the first time a former NFL player has hosted a show, or a current NFL player has hosted a
current
show.
NFL show.
Yes. When Pat Sajak left Wheel of Fortune for a year to go do his own late night talk show.
Oh God, I remember that.
Wheel of Fortune had a different host.
Okay.
His name was Ralph Benershka. He was a kicker for the San Diego.
Benershka.
His name was Ralph Benershka. He was a kicker for the San Diego Chargers.
Ralph Benershka.
Ralph Benershka was the first game show host NFL person in the history of television.
Why do you know that? Why do you know who?
Because he's a kicker.
I've never even heard of Ralph Benershka. Who did he?
How long you been sitting on this one?
I mean,
you've been waiting. You've been waiting to drop this on us.
No, who cares?
Yeah, you have.
Nobody cares.
We know how you
You've been
are.
sitting on this for 16 years.
You've known this. You never wanted to share it because you know we don't care. But Ted opened the can of worms, and you're like, you know what? I can finally bring up Ralph Benershka. Ralph Benershka.
I knew something was off when he said factual.
Mm-hmm.
Like most people just have fun facts, but he was like fun and factual. Like, well, I don't know why you're explaining that.
Ralph
Benershka is an American former professional football field goal percentage. He has a good one. It's a kicker and punter.
What teams did he play for? I've never heard of Ralph Benershka. I feel like I'm at a wake.
Following his retirement from football, Benershka tried to find a career in television and was hired by Merv Griffin to replace Pat Sajak as the host of Wheel of Fortune in 1989.
You know, Benershka, he blew his chance. That was your shot, bro.
Now it's going to be Aaron Rodgers.
He's guest hosting. He's not getting that job.
Yeah, he's not. Because two people are too polarized on him.
We were talking about the Mummy earlier.
King Tut?
King Tut.
Yeah.
So I started thinking about the Mummy. That reminds me of Brendan Fraser. Like, you're used to seeing The Rock because he was the Scorpion King.
He was the Scorpion King, yes. Brendan Fraser.
Right, he was in The Mummy. Like, both of them. Anyhow, now it sounds like he's been cast to play a 600-pound middle-aged man in a movie called The Whale.
Oh, damn.
It's... Right.
We were going to call it Fat Ass. We went with The Whale.
It's based on an off-Broadway play. Sounds like it was off-Broadway by the pizza shop.
Okay.
Damn it. Sorry. That's mean.
You're just going to
The movie follows Brendan's character, Charlie, as he tries to reconnect with his teenage daughter. They were estranged when he abandoned his family for his gay lover who later died. Charlie has since turned to compulsive eating out of grief. That's a lot of eating.
Why is that so funny, Mike?
It's not.
Think you've seen that Ben & Jerry's? Only 3 points.
I mean, look, people gain weight. You can gain a lot of weight, but 600 pounds.
I just feel like before I get to 600 pounds, I've said to myself, maybe at the 4 bill mark, 3 bill mark, like, I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, again, as somebody that weighed 350, 360, like, you don't have to change your diet a ton to start losing weight at that weight. You know what I mean?
Right. At that point, you can lose a lot of weight.
You just have to stop eating fast food every day and ordering 5 things.
He just had a breakup, Ted. Compulsive eating. Why don't you give Brendan Fraser's character a little leeway there, huh?
You're right. I thought I'd be the shamer.
I did not know that Brendan Fraser was still acting like he did. I don't know. I'm trying to think how to phrase this. It's not that all of his movies suck, although all the movies I've seen him in, I believe, suck. It's that I truly believe he's just not a great actor.
Oh, sounds like somebody hasn't seen Encino Man.
Someone hasn't.
Yeah.
You've never seen Encino Man?
Bro, it was Pauly Shore and that dude, what's his name?
Brendan Fraser.
You can't think of a more lackluster lineup for me to say, hey, man,
Alicia Silverstone?
I think
that helps.
Brendan Fraser was the Ashton Kutcher before Ashton Kutcher came on. As far as women liking him, that kind of look.
No,
I mean, I like him. Every time I see him, I'm fired up. I'm like, oh, Brendan Fraser.
I don't dislike Brendan Fraser. I just think he's a terrible actor.
Sounds like you don't like him.
I know it sounds that way. Look, you know what? You know what, man? I just don't like his job. Right? I don't like his job performance. You can like someone just fine, but they suck at their job. Right? We have coworkers that we work with. They know who they are. Terrible people, right? They couldn't do their job to save their life, but you like them.
Yeah, see,
I still like you. So with Brendan Fraser, it's like, hey, I don't have a problem with you. I just think that what you've chosen to do professionally, you're terrible at.
See, and Aaron Rodgers is the opposite for me. I respect what he does on the field.
But you hate his guts.
I just don't like him. And I have no reason not to.
Why don't you like him? I'm not saying you need to like. I'm indifferent to him, but you don't like Aaron Rodgers.
I find it odd that he doesn't talk to anybody in his own family.
Have you met his family? God, they're terrible people.
I haven't. It just seems odd, and then it's like, it never, like, he doesn't have a ex that he's okay with. Like, it's always kind of a big deal. Like, to me, that just says...
He's a big, giant red flag and a yellow helmet.
I don't know, I just have a hard time, and trust me, I have fought with my brother before, but I have a hard time, like, being like, I'm not going to talk to my brother, like...
My dad, my mom.
Right, and I get it. Sometimes you have people in your family, like
I got 2 uncles. They will not speak to each other.
Right, or you might have a son that doesn't talk to the mom, a daughter doesn't talk to the father. But, like, you don't talk to anybody in your family?
Olivia Munn.
Olivia Munn.
And then Danica Patrick. I mean, we all still somewhat communicate with people we dated or have been with.
Yeah.
If you maybe not, but whatever.
The Tonight Show. Here, it sucks.
I know where you're
so
going.
what's that tonight?
But Monday night's episode drew less than 1 million people, which was the smallest audience ever for a new episode of the show's history. Meanwhile, Stephen Colbert had just over 2 million viewers tune in to The Late Show, and Jimmy Kimmel had 1.67 million viewers. Now, look, the ratings are kind of in the toilet for The Tonight Show, but Jimmy Fallon, I don't blame him. He doesn't care. He just got his contract extended in November.
You're doing the worst of anyone in your field. No one, and keep in mind, 900,000 people, that's a lot of people to be entertained by anything, but you're in like 200 markets. So when you break it down, like no one in any city is watching it.
But he's on TV,
we're going to
he's
give
cooler.
you a contract extension.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
New on Curiosity Stream.
Just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean you can't.
Watch Earth's greatest minds forge our path to a better tomorrow. It's engineering the future. And Jaws, Star Wars, The Godfather, E.T. The biggest movies have even bigger music. From King Kong to The Dark Knight. See how musicians scored Hollywood's greatest hits on great film composers' music of the movies. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Oh, fiddlesticks! What, Wilbur? We just got hit and I think my back is all been out of shape.
You gotta talk with those whippersnappers at the Advocates Law Firm. They're the best injury lawyers around.
What? Pipe down, Clarence. Abner's telling me about the lawyers and the advocates. So what happened to you, Abner?
I was walking across the street with the light when some young punk came screeching around the corner. I lost a toe.
What? Shut it, Clarence. If you get injured, the advocates get results.
AdvocatesLaw.com.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
Here we go to Japan, where a serial toilet thief caught after nabbing 18 brand new crappers. Meanwhile, Pennsylvania man takes bath salts on his first day at work and shows his coworker his flapper. Survey says when you get high, you will get the munchies too. Canada man makes a fake license plate from old diaper boxes and glue. And a sign entering England town says, if you don't live here, F off. It's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, top story. We go to England, where a small town that is known to be a vacation destination for some A-list English celebrities is trying to ward off tourists. The locals of the town have seen an influx of visitors each time new coronavirus restrictions are put into effect, causing them to question the safety of the locals. So, in an attempt to keep them at bay, someone posted a sign right at the city limits that reads, quote, "If you don't live around here, F off."
Nice.
The mayor has said that the sign is a little aggressive and has taken it down in lieu of a more people-friendly discouragement.
Is it a little aggressive, is it?
Just a little bit. They were saying that guys like David Tennant, who played one of the doctors of Doctor Who, Dame Judi Dench, tend to go there, and it's obvious it's a very beautiful place that people like to check out, especially, hey, we're locked down, we can't exactly go anywhere, let's stay in our car, let's go over here.
Yeah, we saw the pictures earlier.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place, but the locals are kind of tired of people just kind of rolling through and screwing everything up for everybody else, so someone got a little cheeky.
A little cheeky.
It's a little cheeky.
F off, you old hag.
In other news, over in Japan, authorities have finally brought a toilet thief to justice. Suspicions were raised by a construction company after toilets that they were installing in new construction buildings would vanish overnight over a couple of months. The thief stole upwards of 18 toilets, among some other things. They finally had a tip on the culprit after a secondhand store reported that they had been sold a brand new toilet, and using that information, they were finally able to apprehend the, quote, god of toilets, as he has come to be known by the media.
What is he doing with the toilets?
Selling them.
Okay.
It's basically black market toilets.
I guess.
I mean,
he needed the money to pay rent.
Right. I mean, toilets are expensive in their own right, I guess. When you can sell them for a little bit cheaper, you don't have to pay for them in the first place.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's the thing.
Maybe.
I got this hustle, right?
Right.
Take these toilets. I got a guy, and I resell them.
Well, you need a new toilet, man? Oh, I know a guy.
You feel uncomfortable when you sit down?
He's the toilet king. I got a brand new one.
A man in Pennsylvania is facing serious charges after having a bad first day at work. The man was starting his first shift at the local motel when he decided to prepare himself for work. The man was caught on surveillance cameras going into the lobby bathroom, where he proceeded to inject himself with bath salts and fentanyl. That's a good time.
Whoa.
Yeah, good times. He then went out, grabbed his female coworker's rear, kissed her neck, and started to get naked. She fled to her car, where she called 911 just as he was taking his pants off, telling her that he wanted to show her something.
Jesus.
He's facing several charges.
See, that's why I stopped doing fentanyl and bath salts at work.
Right. See, y'all thought it was just bath salts. No, he slapped fentanyl on top of that.
That's right. That's what I had to tell the boss. It's not just the bath salts, boss.
When do you reevaluate your life?
Before I take bath salts and fentanyl on my first day of work.
You're feeling good about yourself. You got yourself a brand new job.
It was
an
Econo Lodge.
Right. Working at the motel. Day one. You know what? I got to go hype myself up. Let's take some fentanyl and bath salts. Because that's my greatest decisions in life have always been made on fentanyl and bath salts. Good work.
Nothing bad has ever happened on either solo, so certainly if I put them together.
That's right.
I don't know when anybody's injected anything and said, let's go make good decisions.
A man in Florida is in the hospital after his plans backfired. The man broke into the window of a home and attempted to throw a bucket of accelerant inside with the idea of setting it on fire. Unfortunately, the bucket ignited before it made its way in and exploded, setting him on fire and causing serious injuries. Ooh. He managed to escape before police arrived, but was found at a nearby hospital with after his obvious injuries were reported. The home he was attempting to burn down was not harmed in the incident.
Yeah, but he tried to kill somebody.
That's right. And that is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of Big Dummy and a lobster and crab feast, courtesy of the head chef. On
Thank you in advance, Ted. You are awesome.
No problem.
And I can't believe you're springing for it. In the meantime, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best, and for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
At Avocado, we believe everyone deserves a safe, healthy mattress and a great night's sleep. That's why we're so excited to introduce our new Eco-Organic mattress, starting at just $6.99 with easy financing and made with the same incredibly comfortable, naturally cool materials you've come to expect from Avocado. It's a radically affordable, certified organic mattress held to the highest standards of social and environmental responsibility. Organic sleep awaits at avocadomattress.com.